Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We're going to continue with the side story Trust Part 2 here. We did this one the last time, so we're just going to see what happens with the rest of the story. So let's just begin and see what happens. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Okay. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. Uh, so much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast monitor, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica, is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend, huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yourself. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment passes in silence. I don't exactly remember what happened last time, but I guess she saw her folder and now knows that Sayori is depressed. So that's what's happening. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday, it was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do all this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Suri isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry, I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah, Monica takes a deep breath. Okay, I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart or whatever. So I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want you to be here. I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles, what did she say? Gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As their conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. Alright, with that behind them, this time it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about recruitments? It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fill my end of the promise, you know. There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I am a scholar or anything. That's fine. I just think I just need, like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kinds of things it makes you think of. and then you can turn your feelings into a little story. Hmm. You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad when where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a college where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and start writing on. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. Aha, I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, you idiot, after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be dramatic as you want. Aha, but I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, you idiot, and stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down that what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did that exact thing anyway. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Me, I mean. What? Sorry, I believe in you. Thanks, I do too. Wait, this is really going to take some time to get used to. And then, me, I mean. But also you, of course. What? Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write out without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks down and up and down at her sheets. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it, but it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be a good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it, but I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing with you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yeah, let's do it. Monica and Sarah proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club, not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. Alright, as their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Okay. That sounds good. So this is like before, I think Monica thought that this reality was not real, probably, and she's learning about Sayori and stuff. I didn't actually read that. What? Finally. Okay, another day passes. As usual, Monica's the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with all new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. Right? Okay. Wait a minute. Write the way into your heart. Common sense would say it writes from the heart? That one... Okay, but the message being delivered is one that can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully Monica and Sayori had thoughts. Hopefully. Okay, that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from the students. Okay, why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only became heavier. debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating our airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. Okay. I guess that means Monica doesn't show her true self. It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does this, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes, "This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain." Interesting. I guess it's the idea that if you try to be perfect, then you'll just accomplish nothing because perfection is unattainable, I guess. ... Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. And fell asleep? Maybe? The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here. Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk. Bad day? Me too. All right. You too. The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard on the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sarah takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sarah gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Okay. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sarah's desk and reads it. It's gonna be something. Sometimes I want to die. Oh, wait a minute. Where did what Monica write go? Because the smears are still there. That's weird. Sayori. Not Siri. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sarah takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. Oh, she's crying. That's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to the club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier just to smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they would treat me the same. They wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sari pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside themselves doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Huh. Sari pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this, but another part of me thinks, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do, especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It's just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. Aha, it's so silly. The club is only two people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart, a feeling of connection as Sari's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sari. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you'd like. Wordlessly, and without a smile, Sari rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thought swimming in Sari's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sari's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. I think with Sayori, probably the right thing to do to say, I don't know, I kind of messed up with her the other, like the ending that I got with her, but I guess the thing I would do is I'd say, like, I'd let her, because she clearly doesn't want people to, like, try to care for her and change the way they are acting for her sake, because that makes her upset. So I would be like, I want you to be happy, but if what makes you feel better is me not acting like you're feeling bad, then I will do that then, because that's my way of helping you with making everything without making a deal out of it, I guess. And I guess that's kind of what you need to do, because I don't know the answer to the situation. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless and everyone would be better off without me. That is untrue. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. I'm just as an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sarah speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away, and now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Okay. Her voice comes through, as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. This is just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort, but she knows Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. You have so much value, to me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sari doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sari take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sari lifts her head and wipes her tears. I guess I needed that. Okay. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. I feel like when I had the game, or like when I had the decision to say like I love you, or just say I am a good friend of you, which both are showing affection towards her, she never really told me. I mean, I guess she did sort of say that she wants to keep things the way they are, so maybe I should have just tried to be as like neutral as possible. But I think kind of ignoring her also would make her feel bad, but I don't know. Okay. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? But I think Monica listening to Sayori was a good thing to do. Sari nods. It's scary since it's really it's already so hard to tell people. Yeah, well, of course, it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sari suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that's made me tired. And hungry. Aha. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely the one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of a door causes the two of them to turn their heads. Does Yuri come in? The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside, a face that seems familiar. It's Yuri, right? Okay, we have new pictures and new music. I don't know if this story specifically, was unlocked after what happened to Sayori, because if it did, it makes my character, like the character like me, feel like guilty about not helping Sayori correctly and causing her to die. I mean, it's not directly my character's fault, but the guilt is felt there, right, by the character. So let's check out these pictures. I mean, it's the ones we saw, right? It's this one, a scene from the side story Trust. And wait, would it be the poems? Secrets? No, it's not a secret poem. It's or is it a secret? Or is it even here? Does it count as a poem? I mean, it sort of was a poem. It's not a secret though. That might have been the only picture. Well, I don't know. There's quite a few still here and a lot of pictures actually. All right. What was this by again? In Act 3, listen to at least 15 minutes of Monica's monologues. Okay. I listened to all of it at this point, so I don't know if there's anything else to do. What is it's hug energy? And are these new too? But that's what she said. Okay. But that's what we heard. And then there's this one. Is this new? I don't know. No, I think I've heard those. Okay. Oh, it can play like in the background, like while you're in the thing. I didn't actually know it kept doing that, but I guess that's cool. All right, let's go to the next story then. And this, I guess, is a continuation of the first side story, so it makes sense. But why would you do part one of, or part one of that, the first one, and then do part one of this one? That doesn't really make sense, right? So do you have to do it in this order? I'd imagine, because it doesn't really make sense any other way. But I think there's like quite a few more side stories than that are shown. So I don't know. The club meeting is suddenly interrupted by the sound of a door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside, a face that seems familiar. Yuri. Uh, Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. Let me just adjust my audio there. Okay. It's her. It's the girl. It's true. The girl standing in the doorway is none of other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in the classroom. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she found her way to the club. Are you here for the literature club by any chance? Am I in the wrong place? No, you're not. This is the literature club. Please come inside. The girl fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Sarah continues to fail containing her excitement. It's happening. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry, it's a little empty. I'm Monica, and this is Sayori, and we run the literature club, even though it's just us so far, but what's your name, by the way? I'd like to join the club. Already? Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. Aha, everyone is welcomed here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh, do you want a seat? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, standing over to the nearby desk, gently sitting down. So, what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, I already... nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? Yeah, like books. Yuri looks at Monica. Fantasy is cool. Yes, have you heard of Annabella Dupont? I can't say I have. Oh well, she's my favorite author. I'm on her 5th book, and it's just... Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. You can borrow my book if you, I wouldn't mind. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, caught completely off guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. She glances sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I am so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm so stupid. I left all my other books in my locker. I should have brought them. Yuri quickly stands up. I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. You probably need to bring one. You probably only need to bring one for now. Sayori nervously says that, noting to herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri sets down on her desk. True, okay, I'll go get the first one then. Yuri exits the club room in a flash, leaving Monica and Sayori silently exchanging glances. That went well. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? I have, like, no experience with fantasy, except maybe stuff that I read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. I'm sure it'll be fine. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Monica, don't you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. Aha, what the heck? It's kind of scary how you can point things out like that, Sayori. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Alright, yeah. That's not creepy. Hey, you know what? You're probably be great at helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping me and with administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yay, that's exactly what I want to do. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm probably gonna need all the time I can get. I don't know what that means in this context. Is that like it's gonna be hard to understand Yuri because the way she acts? She taps her finger against the dauntingly chunky book left sitting on the desk. Okay, I think that explains it. Right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. She makes her way back over to Sari and sets the book down on her desk. Just as Sari feared, the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal size to the one already on Yuri's desk. Well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. There are some things that are more explained in other books that take place in the same universe, so going over those would be good to keep you from getting confused at the start. Wow, this is very aggressive into wanting to read about this book. Sari nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, I think, like, if we're going to be reading together, then I would like that. From across the room, Monica smiles and nods at Sari while Yuri isn't looking. From across the room? Is Monica, like, doing, like, work on, like, flyers and stuff? Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, then looks at her book, then glances around the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So, what made you decide you wanted to join the club? I feel like she's gonna end up feeling interrogated here. I like reading, so I was immediately interested. I had no idea that someone was starting a literature club, but that's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glanced over at Monica. Monica? Monica came in my classroom and put a fire on my desk. So she saw that happen, she just didn't react. Suddenly Yuri's face darkens and she skates her head at her. Skates her head at her. I was so stupid I got nervous and couldn't even look up. So she just walked out. It took me several days just to come over here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just, like, walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I always seemed I always seem to interpret things as the worst possible scenario. Well, I was really nervous to come here for some other reasons too, such as there being too many people. Yeah, it really is a problem. There's like 3 people here now. So, I don't know. Not that I mind that much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of new people at once. So it's actually amazing that it's just the 2 of you. I definitely came at the right time. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never really had the privilege of sharing my interest with others before. It's so hard to find others who are into the same things I am, except online. So I thought the literature club would provide a chance for me to do that. What kinds of other things are you into? Like genres? I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature, like knives, maybe? Oh, just things you would think are dumb. Sari pauses, a look of concern on her face. So she shows concerns for others, right? But she doesn't want others to show concern for herself, which I guess is a little hypocritical, but I don't know. Okay. How about I'll tell you about something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. I suppose that would be okay. Okay, well, I'm pretty into, like, crafty things, like making cute little collages or decorating things like cards or jewelry boxes. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but then I put it off till the last minute. So yeah, that's something kind of silly that I'm into. You sound quite creative. Not that much, it's just that you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now? Sarah nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. Monica, I'm going to start a new nature club. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. I am not. Oh, yeah. Well, I hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club. There, now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me responsibilities. I am sorry, Yuri. I interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. Yuri pauses, feeling awkward after having gotten cut off. I like going out into the woods or to the park. Just places where you can walk or sit and not have any people around, you know? It's peaceful. Just like to kind of remove myself from everything that matters and let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school, on weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Wow, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. I find that we have a lot more time than we think we do if you don't let it slip through your fingers. That is true. A lot of times, like you say you're too busy to do something, but it's the busyness comes from you just kind of taking breaks or separating work in a way that makes it slower, or just kind of feel like you don't have enough time to do something, I guess. I don't know. The three continue their conversation, led primarily by Sayori, but with Monica chiming in every now and then as well. Okay. Monica had intended to leave it to Sayori and focus on her own work, but she found it difficult not to join in. Guess she's jealous or something? Before they knew it, the end of the day was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So, are you two going to be starting on the book the next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Sayori beams. Yuri collects her things. Once packed, Yuri wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye. As Yuri exits, Sayori enthusiastically returns her farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. I think Sayori made Yuri feel better, which is cool. Still, besides, I really lifted my mood. I feel really nice when I can put my energy toward other people like that. That's a good thing. She was really excited to be included, you know? It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind that she'll have a great time here with you, engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? I'm kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think it'll be great. After the surprise of a new club member, it seems like everyone has their spirits lifted with something new to look forward to. That is true. Another school day ends. Swallowing her anxiety, Yuri makes her way to the club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. As she opens the door, she is surprised to find only Sarah in the club room. It's club time again. Monica went to the computer lab, so it's just us for today. Is that okay? The computer lab? What would she be doing there? Yuri silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sari tilts her head, unsure of exactly what Yuri is talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my book, and how you had to stop me so we could talk first. It was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited and forgot to think about everyone else in the club, so... Aha! Yuri, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute, and how excited you were. Well, still. I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it. Oh, why? Because I know that you're just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody was truly interested, but if you like it so much, then it must be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try to so hard to entice me. That's not what I'm doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between the two of them. That's a moment. Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. We've got you here, right? So it just sounded like something fun that we could do together, reading your books. You know, like a club activity. That would be okay, right? Why am I being so resistant to this anyway? It's exactly what I wanted in the first place. You're being so nice about it. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sari pulls her desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. The book in question is already on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sari reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Aha, the Dusk Bell of Annabelle. Cool. Sorry, I'm ready now. Oh, right, I should probably get some paper. Yuri grabs a spiral notebook and hears her tear out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how come you need paper? Oh, it's useful to draw things out sometime, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. Wow, this is intense. Notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. Super effective. Exactly, I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Okay, she's all intense now. Sari's joke flew completely over Yuri's head. Wait, exactly, I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Is that a joke? I don't get it. Effect? I didn't get the joke either. But thinking about it, she decides that it's probably for the best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to make it as accessible as possible. Like, was that sarcastic, maybe? I trust you. You're, like, super smart. Oh, please, don't flatter me. Yuri tries to dismiss the compliment, but she can't hide her smile and light blush. You can't generalize intelligence. I'm only smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. Contrarily, I'm awful at things involving real people. That should be evident enough through the 2 days I've spent here so far. So, in my eyes, it's everyone else who comes off as smart, especially you. No. So social confidence is equal to intelligence for Yuri. Something like that. Sari rubs against Yuri's. Rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. You're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Well, that was pretty shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. After the minor diversion between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. Yuri begins to guide Sari through the basics of fantasy world her story takes place in. The more of it she details, the races, factions, history, elements of magic, the more questions Sari seems to have. Wow, this seems complicated. But despite Sari's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in a way such that is fun to follow along. That's nice. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just the story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. So world-building. Okay. How do people come up with this stuff? It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. What kind of writing? I like to write poetry and stuff like that. The things I write are just putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know? But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. You're into poetry? I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works, like poetry and folk songs. No way. Yuri giggles, filling Sari's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she's heard Yuri laugh. So see, look, Sari is happy right now. So I don't know exactly how you define her depression, but if she's happy right now, then does that mean the depression's like manageable? Maybe? I don't know. That might be saying the wrong thing. But that's good. It means Yuri must be having fun. Anyway, I think we can start reading now if you're ready. Okay, but I can't read very fast. Okay, that's fine. I'm very patient. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sari jots Yuri is patient into her notes. Sayori will remember this. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Sayori flips through the first few pages of the books, getting past the table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. The room becomes silent as the two of them begin to read. They read together, but the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What does vindicated mean? Okay, let me see. Vindicated. This is a semi-tricky word, but I think it means like hurt. It's not validated, it's vindicated. So it's like someone has conquered you, I think. Or it's either something about confidence. I think vindicated is like someone has conquered or you've been crushed. Well, in the context, it essentially means he was proven innocent. I guess I was a bit off on that one. Innocence vindicated. I guess vindicate means proven innocent. Well, I wasn't that close. It's okay. So ask questions, right? Of course. Okay, what's the next word? There he turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogue has cultural references that require explanation to be understood. Like real cultural references or fictional cultural references. The two continue reading. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense on her. Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through the dense text. Up until now, their expressions had been reversed, with Sayori easily navigating social situations and Yuri struggling in them. Okay, that's interesting. But the tables have turned. Wait, are you talking about the past right now or the present? Where? Right, they're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnus is having. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. The two of them continue, with Sayori asking fewer questions. Because is it just like she's like, it's not worth it? Or is it that she's like, I kind of understand what's happening? She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. So like notes with books, if you're like interested in the book, I guess is kind of cool because then you're like kind of gaining a database on kind of what the story is. And that's kind of a cool like learning / gaining type of thing, you know, like stuff. But her reduction in question comes not from her getting used to the reading, but rather from her fear that she'll come across as stupid. Okay, so that's... I said that, right? I said it's because she's like, I don't want to really say more questions, right? Kind of close. At last, Sayori reaches the end of the chapter. A few hours later, I think we can stop here for now. Okay. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gone through so far. So, what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes me so long to read and understand things, it makes me feel really dumb. But I really like how into it you get. It makes me want to keep going and keep doing my best. So I can see it in the way that you do. The way that you do. Okay. The relaxation in Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow, but I guess Yuri doesn't want her enjoyment to be from her enjoyment, which is weird. I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this anymore. That's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. Well, that didn't... You weren't making me. Yuri's left alone with her words. Well, that went a little sad, but, you know. What? How did this happen? We were having so much fun a second ago. It's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. Monica trusts me with this. It's the only thing I'm good at, and I still messed it up. So, so I think a lot of the with this story is that the characters help each other and build and make each other feel better, but they're also very fragile. With one thing that makes them feel uncomfortable, kind of just causes them to be sad. So I feel like she's going to be pretty sad here because she is now going to think, I didn't make Yuri happy the way I should have. And Yuri's thinking that same thing. Oh, I didn't make Sayori. I didn't help her out the way I should have. And now it's this like cycle of feeling they're incompetent in helping others when really all they need to do is just feel like they're being okay in helping others and just having fun. They're taking it too seriously, and I think that's making them sad. What if she doesn't want to come back? Drowned in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at her desk spread with notes. The book sits next to them. Right. If she wasn't coming back, then she wouldn't have left the book here, right? She might have went in a rush, so she forgot. Unless she forgot to take it with her, yeah. Ah, this is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Or maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. This is where the stupidity is, probably. I probably let her down so much by having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure it was. If I was smarter, she would be having so much more fun. I need to do better for her. That's just too much pressure. There's more pictures and music. What is the music? Wow, there's a lot more music. Is it Lavender Mist? Peachy Pie? Mice? I don't know. I don't know if they necessarily go in an exact order, but we have 18 songs now. I don't know how many there are. I can make a playlist. Like, which one do I like? Let me see it. I need to adjust my audio again so I can hear. Oh, it's like so quiet. All I hear is like static. My song, your notes. I kind of like this. It's nice. It's kind of, it's nice. Pictures. Let's see. Side stories. There's something new there. This one. Finish the side story understanding 1. All right, so it's like, it's kind of like this. So I think one of the side stories will be more about Natsuki, right? So wait, let's look at, like, we can compare both of them. So that's the difference. Okay, and there's side stories is updated here, which I think just means that this is unlocked, which we have not read. And I don't know how to unlock the others. It says, okay, the side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 stories, which I think this counts as 1, this counts as 2. I'm assuming, unless there's 3 for like one of each character, or one of each character besides Monica, that would make sense. But I think it would make sense that this is Trust side story. It has part 1, 2, and those are like within the sides, the side story. Try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DLC. I don't know how to do that though anymore now that it's stuck in this, but I'm going to go check on Monica here. Hi again, Major Pilots. I missed you. Were you making sure my character file was okay for me? This is the file browser. I mean, I should be in the character file, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know. So I don't know what to do with this. I've been imagining all the, yeah, I don't know. I really, with this, I think the only thing, like, she mentions her character file, right? And I think the game wants me to, delete it. I don't want to do that. Is it, if we go to, is this, oh, I forgot. It was somewhere, I think it's in backup. Meeting notes? No. System and tower keys. Okay. Boat, spaceship. I don't know what I can do with these. Like, this one actually has like a hint, but the other ones, they don't. And they, what did this unlock again? It told me it was more notes about like their meeting and things. Did it unlock an image? It might have unlocked an image. I I don't know which one. Was this one? No, that's not it. Was it this one? No, that was the monologue thing. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll end it here and do the next part of the side story in the next episode. Um I don't know what to do with this game because I really don't want to delete the file. That would make sense, I think, for resetting everything and like it would explode or something, right? Um, I don't know what to do to get the other side stories besides that and get the other endings and things. But I really just don't want to delete her file. So I'll have to make the decision if I want to experience the entirety of the other parts of the game and see what happens if I delete it, because I just don't want to do that. But maybe I kind of need to make a sacrifice for her to maybe revive the game and the characters or something like that. I don't know. But maybe we won't. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't delete her file. I don't know. It's here. I don't want to delete it, but maybe I'll have to do it for her sake. You know, I just checked it on you, so, and like the game with side stories too, so you can't be mad. I I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to support me and things like that. We'll continue this and see what happens. So, bye.